Welcome back to part 3 of Jo and Jules on tour. You join us as we continue our journey down the M2 and our next stop, the very sleepy town of Goes. A short walk along the river revealed a sleepy little town with not much to tell you really, unlike the very friendly man in the Tourist Information Office who has a lot to say. A lovely man, but we still don't know much about Goes. He suggested we try the local cakes, and so we bravely entered a cafe to pick some up. Neither of us were a big fan, to be honest, but we washed them down with a nice cup of tea and continued our journey. Well, this makes you go a little weak at the knees. Looking all the way down there. Woo. Well, I was impressed with the dam we visited in our last episode, but that had nothing on this one. The N2 crosses the Cabril Dam, which was opened in 1954 and took just 3.5 years to build. The dam has the shape of a dome arc with a height of 136 metres and 290 metres in crown length. This is definitely worth a visit if you're heading this way. We found a lovely little place along the N2 route called Serta, S-E-R-T-A, Serta. We've managed to park really close to the river. There's some kind of water wheel here, though it doesn't seem to be working. But look at that. It's a beautiful place. Now, Julian's already been for a walk into the town, and apparently there's a restaurant that does rotisserie chicken to take away. And we've spotted some tables and chairs just over there behind all those people. So we're thinking tomorrow, with it being a Sunday, we might have a roast chicken dinner in the park.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out.
So our journey continued south. We're down, I think it's called Vila del Rei, and this apparently is the centre of Portugal. There's a monument there in the background just to prove it. There you go. But once again, we're right up in the air, and if I turn around, you'll see, there you go. We are once again right up in a mountain. Always seems to be up a mountain. Never mind, we're having a great time. Weather's good.
We stopped off to visit the monument marking the centre of mainland Portugal. It was built in 1802 and stands 2,000 feet above sea level. The Queen of Portugal, the first undisputed Queen of Portugal I should say, commanded a mathematician cartographer to create a triangulation of the Kingdom of Portugal. I mean, how was that even possible in 1802?
Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back.
The Abrantes Castle is situated at the top of another very steep hill and overlooks the River Tagus. The 360-degree view at the top of the remaining tower is quite incredible, and you can see for literally miles.
So, we've made it to this fantastic castle in Abrantes. I'm sure Joe's already working on some fascinating facts, but as I pan round, if you look down there, you'll notice they've built a skateboard park. It seems totally out of character for this area. It's a wave!
I looked up the history of the castle, and honestly, there is so much information and many names I can't even pronounce that I wouldn't know where to start. What I can tell you is that it dates back to 130 BC and is believed to have links to the Knights Templar and the Illuminati. It's been conquered so many times it's hard to comprehend how any of it remained standing. We couldn't find any information on the significance of the big swing, so we assume it's just for fun. Well, we certainly enjoyed it.
Ian, you're really supposed to pretend. Ian, you're really supposed to pretend. I want to see the 60th birthday. Oh, Ian, it's rocking. It's rocking. It's going to come out.
Last night we parked just outside an old bull ring in the city of Montemor. We happened to visit on April the 25th, which is Freedom Day in Portugal. The local people descend upon the towns, cities and villages to celebrate its independence when in 1974 the army joined forces with rebel groups to overthrow the government after decades of brutal dictatorship. On the day of the coup, the soldiers placed red carnations in their gun barrels as they lay down their arms, and so this day is also known as the Carnation Revolution. Another day, another castle, another steep walk to the fortress of Montemor o Novo. Dating back to the 13th century, this was once an impressive site with its fortified gates and long walls protecting the city. Large portions of the castle, the towers and the fortress walls still remain today. We feel we've had enough of castles now, and we've certainly had enough of steep hills, so we're taking a slight detour to visit the walled city of Evora. The walls surrounding the city were built in the 15th century and remain virtually untouched to this day. These walls stretch nearly 2 kilometres around the city, which is now recognised as a World Heritage Site. Oh, and it was a steep walk uphill to the cathedral. We've really enjoyed this cultural part of our journey, but as the temperatures build, we're in desperate need of some R&R.
We've decided it's too warm to travel today, so we've made it down lakeside. As you can see, there's a few vans down here. Here's us. Nice location, obviously. And if I turn you around, you'll see that Sandra and Ian have also made it down here. They've been out on their kayak. Joe's covering up, trying to stay away from the heat. Dressed like a clown. But yeah, lovely location once again. So we're going to stay here tonight. We're trying to keep the van cool at the moment. I don't know what the temperature is. We could pop in and have a quick look. Hang on a minute. 40.1. Yeah, that's quite warm. Apparently it's been up to 40.4. So yeah, that's why we're not travelling today. As you can see, there were some beers on the table there. So everybody's now just chilling out, just trying to stay cool, and we're all waiting for the sun to go down. Do you know what's just dawned on me? What? Between us, we've got 5 kids in the UK all working today.
Well, that was a well-needed day of rest, with a dip in the lake to cool off, and after the sun went down, an evening of stargazing, sampling the local cheese and port. That was by far the best night's sleep we've had so far. Whether the porter had anything to do with it, we just can't say. It's worth knowing that due to the unpredictable opening hours of the tourist information centres, you can pick up your stamps at any of the fire stations along the N2 route, and if they all have a sculpture like this one outside, they'll be well worth a visit. Estoy is a small village located 10 kilometres into the hills of Faro. It's full of typical Algarve charm with a slower pace of life. The village is famous for 3 things: its palace, its Roman history, and its 15th century church. The construction of the palace began in the 1840s, but unfortunately work ceased when the owner died and the structure stood incomplete for many years. It was finally completed in 1909 by a local businessman, at which time the King of Portugal was so impressed with his work that he awarded him the title of Viscount of Estoy. After After being passed between several family members, it fell into disrepair until its restoration financed by the Portuguese Tourist Office. It is now a luxury hotel. This will be our last stop before reaching Faro and the end of our N2 journey, and so we will be celebrating with another evening of food and drink, and who knows, even a glass of port or two.
It's time to go. I pray he reads what's on the note. It takes to heart what I wrote. I said, son, when you grow up, you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not.
We made it. We made it.
And you'll find what you've got. When you grow up, you'll be fine.
After 738 kilometres, 11 districts, 35 municipalities, 13 rivers and 11 mountains, we made it to Faro and the end of our N2 journey. We've had an amazing time and we're already talking about returning to see more of Portugal. We hope you've enjoyed coming along with us on our journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe and ring the bell, and we'll see you on our next trip.